Friends, it's November 17th, and once again, Russia is entering winter in emergency mode.
Damn, Anchor 4 to 1. That's it, the door got ripped off.
On the way, a bus slid off the road by the lake. A tree fell. Apparently, it didn't hit anyone. It just fell.
Petersburg is the first to break down. Pulkovo Airport is not operating normally. Dozens of flights are delayed. People are being herded back and forth from the planes. By evening, Moscow is facing slippery roads and accidents.
People walk out of their buildings and it's just like Mary Poppins. Damn, wow, Fitchulka got caught up in it. Leshkin got caught too.
Wet snow, icy roads, zero response from the services. In Murmansk, there's a real blizzard, highways are closed, some areas are without electricity, and tourists are stranded in villages. Isn't that just great? And Kamchatka is in a massive storm mode. Trees are falling, the power keeps going out. Once again, Russia is showing that its infrastructure is held together by a thread. Today, Russia got hit with a second round of the snow apocalypse. Petersburg is buried under snowdrifts again. Pulkovo Airport is paralyzed. Dozens of flights are cancelled. Moscow is facing icy traffic jams, outages, wet snow. On a complete transportation.
Collapse is the sudden failure or breakdown of a structure, system, or object, causing it to fall down or stop functioning as intended. Step back, damn it! The tree fell.
But apparently it didn't hit anyone. It just fell. Good thing it didn't hit anyone. And now if the container ships start moving, that'll be the end of it all. In Kamchatka, there's a storm warning for avalanche danger, hurricane and strong winds. A blizzard is hitting Murmansk. Columns of smoke and fallen trees. Districts are left without power, without heat. Winter has only just begun, and the terrorist country is already turning into one giant snowbound traffic jam. Friends, please like this video, subscribe to my YouTube channel, like, comment, subscribe, and let's get started. Petersburg was the first to fall into a snow pit. The snow was coming down in sheets. The roads turned into a white fog, and city services pretended to fight the elements with shovels. Dozens of districts were buried under the snow at once. Gatchina, Peterhof, Lomonosov, the resort district, Everything has come to a standstill. The city was simply covered, as if with flour. Traffic collapsed, jams grew by the minute, even trams were skidding. And this is just the beginning. Pulkovo Airport became the epicenter of panic. The airport once again became a symbol of the rashest winter. Flights are delayed for hours, some departures have been cancelled. Night flights have been rescheduled, passengers are sleeping. In the terminals on the floor, people are being herded back and forth. Sometimes they're boarded onto the plane, then taken off again because it's snowing once more. The St. Petersburg blizzard once again proved stronger than all the import-substituted aviation. Moscow, the capital of Mordor, has turned into an icy labyrinth. It was hit in the evening and the capital immediately started to reel. Wet snow, rain, gusty wind. It's the perfect cocktail for total chaos. The roads are slippery, traffic slows down, and the utility services are only ready in words. In the first hours of the snowfall, the city feels like it's in a December apocalypse. Icing, traffic jams, accidents, everything as usual. Moscow lives by the formula, first snow equals paralysis. And then there's the snow chaos in Kamchatka, fallen trees, power outages, a snow apocalypse has paralyzed Kamchatka. The main force of the storm hit the southern regions of the peninsula. Kamchatka is facing a powerful hurricane, darkness, and avalanche warnings. While Moscow and St. Petersburg are stuck, Kamchatka is simply being torn apart by the elements. Wet snow, accumulation, winds up to 30 meters per second, a storm warning, and avalanche danger, power line breakage. And of course, without electricity and heat.
On the way to the lake, slid into a snowdrift.
Trees are falling, districts are left without power, hundreds of thousands of Russians are in panic. Rescue workers are switching to enhanced mode. Planes can't land, the airfield is covered in snow within minutes. Pilots go for another approach, but the elements are stronger. The south of the peninsula is practically paralyzed. Ribatskoy. At the very top, there's loose ice. No one can make it up. Well, except for the jeeps up there. But otherwise, no one can get up. Murmansk is a whole different story. A white desert, the wind knocks people down. This is a real polar hell.
We'll pick you up a little bit later, right down there in Murmansk, just as we discussed earlier. Lesnoy! Wow, that is really, truly incredible.
Winds of 30 to 35 meters per second are spinning cars around right on the highway. The roads are closed and it's been snowing for the second day in a row. Dozens of areas are without power, without heat, fallen trees, downed power lines, zero visibility. The airport is canceling flights. And the tourists are just in shock. Tourists are stuck again. The Northern Lights are only in brochures, but in reality, people are waiting for electricity. Shocking footage of the tourist season in Murmansk. Novosibirsk is a city of snow traps. Meanwhile, the UN was plunged into chaos. The snowfall has intensified, roads are clogged, and traffic is slow throughout the city. The Urals, icy roads, an emergency warning from the Ministry of Emergency Situations. The Sverdlovsk region is being hit by heavy snowfalls. The Ministry of Emergency Situations says outright, if you get caught in a snowstorm, stop, turn on your hazard lights, and wait. It's just a perfect description of the system. Officially asking people to wait it out. Not to help, to wait. In Primorye, wet snow, freezing rain, and a drop in temperature, a new wave of severe weather is expected here starting Monday. Wet snow, blizzards, icy roads, nighttime temperatures dropping to -10 and even -21. In Vladivostok, freezing rain and snowfalls are happening at the same time. In northern Russia, a cold snap is hitting hard. In the Murmansk and Arkhangelsk regions, storm warnings have been issued. At night, temperatures drop to -15 and in some places, -20. The wind is knocking down trees, just like we're driving now. Look, we're stuck too. And over there, someone got stuck, and here too, and because of this, the whole neighborhood just came to a standstill. Nothing has been cleared anywhere. Absolutely nothing has been cleared. The ice makes the roads impossible. Once again, Russia is buried under snow and once again can't cope. A country that is building an empire can't survive the first cyclone. And this is only the beginning of winter. Winter is coming. Now let's see how Russian propaganda will explain this icy collapse. Is it NATO again, female upbringing, or maybe even the snow is an enemy now? Let's watch the exposé, the traditional finale of top-tier Russian propaganda. Friends, please like this video and subscribe to my YouTube channel. There should be 1 million of us. We're working for an audience all over the world. Every like, comment, and subscription from you counts. I'm making it so that this video is seen all around the world. Friends, glory to Ukraine. Glory to the heroes. Ukraine will definitely win. By the way, speaking of Vladimir Vladimirovich's prophetic abilities, do you have any idea what things will be like in 2030?
I think more or less it'll be the same as now. I just know what I would like to achieve as a result of all this confrontation. That is, it's clear that we can't achieve a military victory right now for a variety of reasons, but I would like for our turn toward the global south not to look like a mere imitation. I would like us to actually establish the kinds of military strategic cooperation agreements that we have with North Korea, with a number of Latin American regimes of the Red Belt, first and foremost Cuba, Venezuela, and Nicaragua. All these countries are waiting for our help and are counting on it. And these are really the strongest trump cards in the game with Trump. Because how are we playing with Trump right now? We do something small and then look over at Trump. Trump, do you see? We kind of have new agreements with Africa, with India, and we glance over at him. But when we stop glancing at him and just turn our backs and start actually doing this, we'll bring in 25,000 Cubans for the war, set up 4 military bases in Venezuela. And then they'll come knocking on our door and say, guys, let's make a deal. Well, it's clear that you're up to something over there. This sense of samurai-like cold-bloodedness, which, by the way, North Korea has, is something Russia needs. At least in some way. But we're getting closer to that. The universe is pushing us in that direction. We're trying our hardest to renegotiate. But no one is renegotiating with us. No one has met us halfway on anything, not even a single step. So, for the past 2 or 3 years, we've been telling everyone, let's do it this way, here and there, we'll give this back to you, we won't go there, we won't denazify here, we won't overthrow Zelensky, and so on, we won't use very big bombs. But no one is meeting us halfway on this. So, again, Trump said, no Donbass, no Zaporizhzhia, no Kherson, nothing like that. Just make peace somehow. so that Trump can get the Nobel Prize, and then, well, we'll see how things go from there. We'll see how it goes. That's it. Our well-intentioned proposals are just hitting a wall. It's no wonder that people, kids, end up running to Upper Lars. They have a feminine behavioral model. They grew up with their mother. That's normal. I'm not even judging them. They saw a feminine behavioral model, so in a critical situation, they don't go to defend the country. They don't go to defend their family. They, how should I put it, hide. I'm done. We need to change this. Russia's in trouble. We're dying out.
You look at the people of Donbass and realize that these people don't need much. They're ready to make do with very little. They say, just give us water for at least 30 minutes a day. They're willing to endure all these hardships for one thing, for a great victory.
You think 30 minutes a day? No. They don't even ask for that. They get water twice a week. And most importantly, our guys are bringing victory closer, and the victory will be ours.
Right now, at this very moment, I'm in a state of mild simmering rage. Just yesterday, for some reason that I still can't quite understand, there was an official presentation of a humanoid robot right here in our country. And before that, we already had such robots. We showed them off. But there was Fyodor, the robot. He did something. He was a manipulator. Listen, who are you trying to fool? Just explain. What are you doing?
Seriously, what are you doing? Why? The company was created recently, so they just went ahead and showed it off. Here we are, there we are, how great it is. The money has already been allocated. Can't use strong language, but there's a lot I'd like to say so everyone understands. And so, to the sound of rock music, they bring out the Russian idol onto the stage. He's accompanied by two guys, and then basically he just falls flat on his face. They pick him up again to the music and lead him away. Now there are three of them, and the main thing is hurry up, let's get the footage. Was this a film about how to steal government or private money? What was all this even about? According to Idol's CEO Vladimir Vitukin, the localization level has already reached 77%, with a target of 93%. The company LLC Idol was registered just a few months ago, but has already received support from a new technological coalition that includes leading Russian IT and robotics companies. A source from Aria Novosti in the market reported that Idol's value could be between 100 and 300 million rubles? I understand that Vladimir Vitukin will try to reach out to me to explain why so early. Vladimir, why did you come out on stage? Why did you show this embarrassment? It's like a children's toy, and somehow someone even found out the price. What is your goal? To compromise the entire Russian IT and robotics industry. Meanwhile, the Kung Fu robot from Elon Musk, the renowned entrepreneur who personally meets with our idol and has a conversation, who just collapses at the mere sight of the American robot. And if all our scientific and technological developments are at the same level as in the West, then I have only one question. When will there be arrests and executions in our country?
What is said about women? What are their roles? That is, these natural abilities, these innate qualities and characteristics are instilled in her by God, the Creator, from the very beginning. To be a wife, to be a mother, to be a domestic fairy, the gentle and caring mistress of the house, the heart and soul of the home. And in wise books, in the writings of philosophers and thinkers, there is a term, it's figurative, to be a goddess, a symbol of grace and inspiration. But we don't give it any religious meaning or spiritual connotation. It's more about understanding, realizing, and appreciating that a woman has the unique ability to make another person truly happy, to bring joy and warmth into someone else's life. A woman should not work. But there aren't more people, Vladimir Vladimirovich. What's the problem?
That's why they're trying to deploy British troops to the border with Belarus and French troops to the south. And then we'll hit them and coffins will start flying.
Involving European
troops, if anything's left after tactical nukes.